Hi, everyone. My name is Leo Ferreira, and I'm the founder and CEO of Torpedo Bio. And I'm here today to tell you about a new cancer treatment that we have developed. Right now, there are 20 million Americans living with cancer. In 2025 alone, 2 million new cancer cases have been diagnosed, and 500,000 people have died. Look around in the room. Roughly half of you will have a cancer diagnosis during your lifetime. So how do we deal with this very harsh reality? We train our immune system to find and destroy these cancer cells. At the forefront of this idea is CAR T-cell therapy. You bring the cancer patient in, you collect blood, you isolate these immune cells called T cells, genetically modify them with this gene called CAR that allows them to directly bind to and kill cancer cells when these cells are grown and injected back into the patient. This works tremendously well for blood cancers. Leukemia, lymphoma, over 90% remission rates. 7 FDA-approved therapies. So the technology works. Unfortunately, it does not work for solid tumors. Pancreatic cancer, lung cancer, breast cancer, which make up 90% of cancer cases and cause 90% of cancer deaths. So right now, CAR T-cell therapies are down here at these bottom 2 types of cancer. We want to make it go all the way so that every cancer patient can benefit from this. So currently, CAR T-cell therapies fail because solid tumors build a fortress around them that prevents CAR T-cells from penetrating. The few that do get in, they get exhausted, they get tired. There is, however, one special immune cell type that you might have heard of because it got the Nobel Prize in medicine in this year, called regulatory T-cell. These cells infiltrate tumors, accumulate, and thrive. So at Torpedo Bio, we developed torpedo cells, which take the properties that allow Tregs to thrive in solid tumors, and instead of just helping the tumor, they actually go in and they eradicate the solid tumors in our models. So why should you help build this company here and now? Because we have everything it takes. We want to train to success. We have intellectual property since 2023 on this method. I am the sole inventor on it. We have non-dilutive funding from American Cancer Society, Hollings Cancer Center, and others. We also have recognition from the scientific community. We've been featured by the American Association of Cancer Research and others. And we've been through the inaugural SC Bio Drive accelerator. We incorporated the company, and so we have several great connections to propel this forward. So today, I'm asking you for $500,000 to take us to the next step. This money will be utilized over the span of 12 months to allow to do proof of concept models in mice and in humanized mice that use human cells, also to start with the clean cell therapy manufacture. At MUSC, we have a building dedicated to take cells from patients, manufacture into therapies, and put them back into patients. After that, there'll be a monetization opportunity. We can either partner with a bigger top 10 pharma, we're in collaboration with a couple of them already in talks, they can kind of license that preclinical package, or we can co-develop it to then start phase 1, phase 2 trials after doing our investigational new drug application, for which we need an initial $1 million and then $2 million between now and the year of 2028. So how are we going to make this happen? Because we have the team. You have myself up here. I'm a scientist for 15 years. I've worked in immunology. I have 14 patents, 4 of which have been licensed and generate over $100 million in royalties. We also have Iosif Gerstein as a co-founder. He's a CEO of an immuno-oncology company. They've already filed IND, so they have business expertise to take us to that step. You also have Dr. John Rangel. He's a physician-scientist who has successfully run clinical trials in solid tumors with immunotherapy, such as lung cancer. We also have great advisors. Dr. Nitin Doloff is a CSO of also an immuno-oncology company. He has raised over $5 million in non-dilutive funding. And Dr. Richard O'Neill is a fellow scientist, has several patents, and is an expert in CAR T cells and T cell persistence. So the team is there to make this happen very fast. So with that, I hope I showed you that we truly believe that torpedo cells will save the lives of many cancer patients with much fewer side effects and greater efficacy than anything else out there. Thank you for your time. Judges, any questions for me?
I'm sure we have about 1 million questions, but
Yeah.
How is the torpedo cell created? I didn't catch that part. That's the innovation, is the torpedo cell,
Yes.
which can attack the solid tumor. How is it created?
So what we found is that we have these cells that are usually cancer's best friends. Cancer cells collect them, they accumulate them, they keep them close to them. we found a way to genetically modify them to turn the way they act, and they go from cancer's best friends to its worst enemy. And so that is a proprietary part, is to generate these cells that bring the best of both worlds, with inflammatory, killing properties, together with tumor homing and survival properties.
And to bring something like this to fruition, which I guess is FDA approval,
Yes.
How long does a process like that take?
So it takes a few years. So right now, they're at the preclinical stage. We then start making cells from patients. We get our investigational new drug approval. And then from there, you need 2-3 more years to have safety data. And so then from there, you can then show efficacy and bring for FDA approval. Now we have, I stand on the shoulders of giants, really, because there are now 7 FDA-approved CAR T-cell therapies. And so the T-cell manufacturer is going to have a lot of similarities with what already exists. We're going to really jump straight onto that trail that has been built.
And you believe you have the secret sauce today?
Yes.
And it's just a matter of more testing and all of that, or you're still actually innovating?
We have the secret sauce already as we speak.
I see.
This is a massive TAM, right? A global TAM.
Yes.
And there's a pretty well-developed venture community around life sciences. Have you sought funding there? Why here as the point of focus?
Well, I think the real key here is to build local and build fast. So the fact that my laboratory is here, if I walk a few steps, the clean cell therapy facility is here. I walk a few more steps, the doctor that will prescribe the cells is here. And so I think that kind of location is the stuff that makes great companies and great Nobel Prizes come to fruition. And so hence why here. But I used to live in San Francisco. That's actually where I moved from. And so I'm also in contact with some people out there, some ventures, I won't name them. And so this is really kind of all coming together. But I think the key really is to be local to make this happen faster and keep our strengths close to our chest at these initial stages.
The cash that you need to do this, how much annually? And are you guys working like your day jobs as well? And this is a sort of part-time thing?
Yes, correct. But my laboratory is one that developed this technology. Hence, I mentioned keeping this close to ourselves. And so we know exactly how much money it takes because I write budgets many days of the week. So I know how much reagents cost, salaries, marketing, and so on and so forth.
So that means MUSC owns a piece of this technology?
So right now, MUSC created a patent and Torpedo Bio licensed it. Correct.
And specifically, I think it was the next 12 months you were talking about. What is the objective that how will you measure yourself, and what's necessary to move from that milestone to the next step?
Yes, so looking at talking to different people, large pharma companies and others, that now we need to show more tumor models and head-to-head comparisons to show it's superior. We've shown some already, and then from there, we're going to people. So for me personally, the milestone for success is that someone got infused with these cells and their cancers got smaller. And so that can happen between now and less than 2 years from now. That's the milestone and also monetization opportunity because then you can partner with a bigger company that already co-develops with you.
Right, but the mouse study happens in the next year or 2 years?
1 year.
1 year.
Yes, even less than that because already have most of the data for that, correct? Yeah. And some IND submissions are done without human data, just with mouse.
So can you tell us about that licensing agreement? Is it exclusive and how long?
At the moment, it is exclusive. And so now, over the foreseeable future, of course, always they put you on a time clock every 12 months. If you don't deliver, they can seek other companies. So right now, we have an exclusive license from MUSC.
So after 12 months, you could lose it if you don't hit specific milestones or things like that they outline with you.
Yeah, so some of the milestones, we've covered them already. We're also applying other non-dilutive funding, such as through the government, there's an STTR that we should hear back, I think, in January next year. Yeah.
Okay, and then who on your team has commercialized or brought a product like this, to market?
Yeah, so Iosif Gerstein, being our CEO of a company, they have GLP tox studies and IND approval, and the other sellers as well. And so that's also we have our advisors that can really take us from beginning to end, and also other biotech CEOs in our network.
So they're going to help you with all the regulatory filings.
Correct. Yeah, the regulatory is also going to be a big piece of this.
What about reimbursement?
So reimbursement, I actually sit at a couple consulting with McKesson and others. And so I think everyone in the field struggles with this because the CAR T-cell therapy is $500,000, and it can be a big hospital such as HCA based in Nashville. And so again, we're going to use the CAR T-cell playbook to bring this therapy to patients.
Okay.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.